Hello, my name is Bruce Anderson, and my group is for business owners. So this is CEOs, corporate leaders, course creators, consultants, agency owners, and frankly, whoever has a burning desire to become abundant. So that's who it's for. And so or that was the who, and now, oh boy. Okay, so it's for business owners, and what? That business owners that want to master money. That's it. Business owners that want to master money. Now, to do that, there's like 3 things you need to do. One is you must master your mind. And you must know that we have 2 minds, a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind plays 95% of the day. So we must learn how to program our subconscious mind to be abundant. And the third thing that I want to share and teach is to know who you are. They said this back in Greece 2,000 years ago, so know thyself. They had it above the door, know thyself. So I want to help people know thyself. What does know thyself mean? It means that you know who you are, your foundation, who you are, your truth of who you are is abundant. You know who you are is all-powerful. So with that being said, I did want to make a little statement here that if you want to be 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, you must do one thing, and you must do it well. And that one thing is to master your mind. You're like this close to becoming financially free. That is between your ears. The only thing stopping you from being abundant, prosperity, rich, 6, 7, 8 figures, whatever you want to, whatever your goal is your mind. So that's what this whole group is about. Business owners who want to master their mind. So if it's okay with you, I'd like to dive right in. So today, subjects, we're going to be talking about 2 books that have made a big impression on me. One was Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, and the other one was The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. So with that being said, I'd like to jump right in, have some fun here. So the book Think and Grow Rich. So that was written by Napoleon Hill back in the 30s. So Andrew Carnegie was the richest man of the time, owned a steel mill there, and he commissioned Napoleon Hill to write books to share this knowledge. So Andrew Carnegie, he helped Napoleon Hill meet 500 of the richest people at that time. And so one thing I do want to say is in this book, Think and Go Rich, he said you can take this 230-page book and you can condense it down to 2 sentences. 1, you can become what you think about. So what your mind can conceive, so this is really kind of the second part, what your mind can conceive and believe your mind can achieve. So this whole book is that on that premise. And it's really important to understand that. I'm going to say that again. What the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. So, let's see. So on this book, what I've done is I picked out 5 highlights. I kind of had to review this. It's been a long time since I've read this. And so I'm going to just go ahead and dive into these 5 main points of this book. Number 1, it is what you think that matters. So imagine this, a circle. And on the top of it, it starts out with a thought. A thought creates a emotion. An emotion creates a feeling, and a feeling affects your thought. It's this circle. Now, if you have a negative thought, it's going to create a negative emotion. A negative emotion is going to create a negative feeling. A negative feeling is going to make that muscle in your mind, that program, even more negative. It's just a circle. Now, on the other side of the coin there, if you have a positive thought, if you have a positive emotion and it creates a positive feeling, that affects your thought, and that circle, it just gets stronger and stronger with time. So that's really important to really kind of understand that. So thoughts are things. So it's been said that everything's created twice, once in your mind and once in reality. Buddha said this 2,500 years ago. What we think, we become. That's really powerful to really understand that. We need to master our thinking, our thoughts. So number 2, he says you must have a burning desire. It must be clear and specific, not vague. For example, you must win. You must become abundant. So number 3 point, become an unstoppable force. Henry Ford, the owner of Ford, before, again, we're going back in the 30s, there was only a 4-cylinder car, and he wanted his engineers to create a 8-cylinder car. And his engineer said, that's impossible. And Henry Ford's like, I don't care what it takes, costs, make it happen. So they worked on it for a month. No, nothing. 3 months, nothing. You know, they're just like, we can't do this. It's impossible. 6 months went by, 12 months go by, and then around a year later, they finally figured it out how to make an 8-cylinder car. So you have to create that unstoppable force. Do whatever it takes, as long as it takes. A quitter, I love this saying, a quitter never wins and a winner never quits. It's a great saying. You must persist till you win, right? There's going to be challenges out there, and you're okay with that, right? An entrepreneur is not the faint of heart. It's not if you're going to have challenges and problems, it's more when. So you really have to kind of toughen you up. He says, number 4, sexual energies. So that's pretty amazing back in the 30s. So he's saying, like, sexual energy is our most powerful desired energy. So it's above love, it's above burning desire, it's above friendship, it's above music. So when you connect that burning desire of money and with your sexual powers, you're, I want to say, unstoppable. So the 5th point that Napoleon Hill said, he calls it the 6 ghosts of fear. So these fears are only in your mind. You must learn to control them. Fear number 1, the fear of poverty. Your mind cannot be rich if you are focusing on poverty. I was thinking one thing I want to talk about is you cannot focus on the problem and get the results you want, right? The law of attraction doesn't work that way. You know, if you focus on the problem, you're going to get more problems. So you just can't focus on the fears. So this is one of the biggest problems out there. People face is they focus on the problem instead of the solution. You must focus on the outcome you want, the results that you want. Okay, number 2 fear. The fear of criticism. You must stop thinking about what other people say or think about you. So you must let go of the fear of criticism, right? Even if they have your own last name. That's, like I said, you got to become very powerful within, right? Not power over somebody, but powerful within. So number 3, the fear of illness. Stop thinking like illness, like, like we have a symptom of, I think something's kind of cold or whatever, instead of working on what is going to make you, in this case, rich. So you got to let go of all the fears, all you just have to let go of what's stopping you. Any symptoms could, I want to say this, stop looking in like Google under like fears and what we don't want. Okay, so number 4, the fear of loss of love for somebody. So what the cause is like jealousy, right? We have to let go of jealousy. The cure is to know that who you are within is love, right? Even something happens, if you do lose that person, who you are within is unconditional love, and you will attract somebody. If you're single, enjoy it. All right. So number 5, the fear of old age. The symptoms. Stop thinking about, it's too late, to acquire wealth, right? I'm too old. No, stop that. Focus on your outcome. So the 6th one is the fear of death, right? What's instead of focusing on death, focus on how you can live. Live life the fullest. That is the inevitable. Find some peace and freedom and grace with that, right? We all gonna die, and that's okay. All right, so now I'd like to jump into the second. It's not even a book. It's called The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. So in 1956, Earl Nightingale released, actually it was a record at that time, and it also, he made it cassettes and everything like that too, but that was like, he sold over 1 million copies of these records. He was like, nobody's ever done that before, and it was on personal development. So he's kind of like the king of personal development. He wrote many books. He was very popular in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and even to today. So let's see. So The Strangest Secret. So let's see. So what he's saying in The Strangest Secret, he says, we become what we think about all day long. So for over 2,500 years, they've been saying this. Buddha said that 2,500 years ago. What we think, we become. So what's important here is in The Strangest Secret, what he's saying is what we think, we become. But the important part right here, I really want you to get, is all day long, right? So because we have two minds, we have a conscious mind and we have a subconscious mind, and your conscious mind is playing 5% of the day. That means 5% of your thinking, emotions, and feelings and imagination is coming from your conscious mind. Now your subconscious mind that's playing 95% of the day is 95% of your thinking, your emotions and feelings and imagination. So my goal for this whole group is to master both minds, both minds become one powerful force, working in your favor, in harmony, going the same direction. Now, scientists say 70% of our programs are negative. And they can even be more if you're thinking about the past or in the future. It can be even higher. This is my perception, my belief. I believe, everyone has learned negative programs, everyone, and I believe 70 to 96% of our money programs are negative. Now, why do I say that? I know that 4% of the population makes most of their money out there. They have learned how to program their mind to be abundant, and they have created generational wealth. They have passed on that knowledge to their kids, their grandkids, and their great-grandkids. So, what else? What was I saying? Okay, so what I want to do is one of our members have asked two really great questions. I want to encourage people to post or in the messenger ask some questions. So the two questions are, what does abundance mean? And well, let me just dive into that. Abundance to me means making 6, maybe 7, maybe 8 figures. So I want you to create a number that will change your life, that would transform your life, that would massively impact you, your family and friends, and everyone that's around you, right? So I want you to do that. So what that means to me is I have enough money now that I can buy a new car or a newer car, or I can fix it. I can buy a brand new home, or I can remodel my home, or I can just buy a home. Some other examples would be I could go on every quarter I could go on a family vacation. I have it set up that my company is self-sufficient, it's automatic, it's an evergreen, and I have a lot of really great people working on the team, smarter than me, and behind the scenes they're making it happen. So I hope that kind of answers your question there. And the second question was, what is the fifth dimension? And I'm so glad my friend asked these questions. Imagine a stairway. So each dimension is like a stair. So first of all, I do want to say fifth dimensions means fifth dimension consciousness. This is your level of consciousness, right? So a lot of us are in the third dimension, going into the fourth dimension, becoming multi-dimensional people. And one thing that I want to do is help people raise your... What does Einstein say? He says you cannot solve a problem with the same thinking that got you into that problem. So what he is saying is you have to raise your consciousness, right? I'm not abundant. Well, when you raise your consciousness, you start getting intuition. That's my 20-minute bell. You get intuition on ideas. You're in a higher frequency, a higher vibration, a higher thinking. So again, just to recap that, fifth dimension means fifth. It's just all about consciousness. At fifth level. So if you're going like fourth, fifth, and sixth, and it goes up to 12 from like zero. Zero is dead, and 12th is like the highest consciousness you can have. I want to go. I want to teach people the fifth dimension, and the fifth dimension really is awakening that everything is one, right? The law of energy is saying everything's connected, everything's one. Our science is saying that. It's been said for thousands and thousands of years, everything's connected. So next week, I'm going to be talking a lot more about that and going into that more details in that. So kind of wrapping this up, and then so again, who is this for? Business owners. What they want to master money, right? They want to master both their minds. They become one in abundance. You know exactly who you are. And I'm telling you right now, when you master both, become one mind in abundance, in I'm all powerful within, right? Not over other people, but within, life becomes extraordinarily exciting, right? When you learn how to master money, because that's what I want to do with business owners, you can also use the same principle, mastering both minds with happiness. You can master both minds finding peace. You can have both minds master unconditional love. Love is like the frequency of 500. Unconditional is even higher. It's like 540 and higher, right? And what I want to teach people is all that is within us, right? Oneness means everything that we can think of, we are connected to it. We are part of that. We are one with that. We are that. And now when you awaken that you are abundance, you are happiness, you are joy, you are peace, you are all powerful, life becomes exciting, right? You can create a predictable outcome. You can predict what tomorrow is going to bring, right? When you program your mind, you're creating a blueprint for the future, a printout for the future. So that, to me, is exciting. So I'm kind of wrapping this up. I did want to say, so next week's topic is going into more deep detail about oneness. And then the second topic I want to talk about next week is stop focusing on your problem and focus on the results and the outcome that you want. Most people, what do? They focus on the problem. And I understand that too, because if 70% to 96% are negative, of course, it is playing 95% of the day, a million times more powerful, has the faster processor. It is going to win every single time. So this is why this is so important to master both minds to master money. With that being said, I love you guys. Thank you for being part of my group, and we will see you next week, same time, Saturday at 12, and I will be sharing some more strategies, some more teachings, what I consider secrets, specialized knowledge that's changed my life. And my goal, my intention is to raise your consciousness so you can master money and make this not just money, right? Master who you are, the peace within you, the joy within you, the love within you, the freedom within you, knowing that you are going to be rich or whatever's important to you money-wise, right? That 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures. All right. Thank you for listening. We'll be talking to you soon.